Hi, it's Lori from Coast to Coast Craft Girls coming to you from the West Coast. Today I wanted to share with you how to make these very simple ornaments using Crafter's Companion dies. So I made this ornament out of the Edgeable Dashing Through the Snow, and I used the Christmas Village for the buildings in the front. And I'll show you how it's done. It's actually super easy to do. Just some acrylic blanks. All right, so let's get started. First, I used this die. It's one of the old dimensional dies. And I used these two of the village, but you can use any. I mean, you can also use the village, the houses from this die or whatever you want, anything that'll fit. And I just cut them into black matte cardstock, one of each. And I already did that, so. And then I took this die, which is a double-sided edgeable over the rooftops, or I guess it's Dashing Through the Snow. And it's a double-sided die, and I didn't need this side. This side has the house and the church, but this side has the small Santa and reindeer. So what I did is I took mirror card, and you want two of them because the ornament is visible from either side. So you want to make both sides look good. So normally you would, cut the die this way with your paper down into the die. And so you want one that way. And then you're going to take the second one and put it this way and cut it. So you're going to cut one sort of with the paper right side up, or, the sort of the correct side down. And then one with the paper with the wrong side towards the die. And when you do that, you get two die cuts. And this is the one that I cut, where I cut into the paper like that. And then this one, I cut this way. And the reason you can tell is because if you look at the edges, this one, the edges are sort of rounded, and this one, it's rounded that way. Now, you don't have to cut this one backwards if you don't want. You could just color this with a metallic marker, but I did them this way, and then so that you can glue them together. So we're going to glue those back to back, and this way your ornament looks pretty from either the front side or the back side. And I use silver mirror card. You could use anything you want, really, or you could use white card and color it, with red and brown to make it look more realistic, but I just liked the mirror card. And just line them up one on top of the other. Press it together. And now you have a Santa and a reindeer that look good from either side. So that's important. All right, now to prep the buildings, this is just black matte cardstock. And I used the silver Pebeo gelding wax. And you want to just put, because these are going to layer one, this one's going to layer on top of this one. So you need something to distinguish them. So what I did is I took my gilding wax, and this is going to be the back one. So I just kind of put gilding wax on the trees and just kind of on the edges of the buildings. And you don't want them completely silver, but you want it to look like maybe the moonlight's hitting it. So kind of put your gilding wax towards the top so that when you put this one on top, it'll show. Now I did the same thing on this one. And on this one, I actually did it a little bit heavier just because I liked the look of it, but you can do it however you want. Just a light touch. And then when you layer these on top, so you can actually see the distinct layers. Since this is going to be visible from the back side, you can also do your, in fact, I should have done that. Do your gilding wax on the back of this one. Now this one is going to be in front and it's not really going to show, but this side will. So you can just put some gilding wax on the back side too. And because it's the back, it kind of gets, it's not going to look as good as the front, but the gilding wax does help make it look a little bit better. Okay, now we're ready to layer these together. Now you need 2 acrylic ornaments. This one I've already peeled the backing off of. This one I have not. These come with a plastic, a coating on them. And if you just take your pokey tool up by the hole at the top, because this is going to be covered with a ribbon anyway, so if you scratch it, it doesn't really matter. It's not going to really show. And you just kind of get a hold of it, and then you can peel that back. It's just that protective coating to make sure that they don't get scratched. And we're going to start, I start with Santa, because that's going to determine how high up your buildings can go. And you're just going to want to glue those on. And the mirror card does show the glue a bit, so you want to be a little bit careful about how much you put on and where you put it. Try to use it sparingly. But just put a touch of glue and then position it. I like it sort of near the top at a little bit of an angle, and just press it down. Stick right on there. And then we're going to layer these on, and you want them down here. And don't worry about the fact that they're going to come off the bottom. Doesn't matter. So we're going to glue that one on there, and then we're going to glue this one. In fact, I'm going to actually cover that just a little bit. So, and then you can position this however you want. I think I'll do about right there. Put a little bit of dab of glue. Once that's on there, you can position your next layer. This is just tacky glue. And you can layer it however you want. Once you get those glued into place, now you just want to flip it over, take your scissors, and just cut all the extra cardstock around, following the edge of the ornament. And if you just kind of angle your scissors, you can get a good clean cut, just like that. Then you're going to put the other piece on top, and you need to kind of glue that down. So what I did, again, the glue does it dries clear supposedly, but it does show. So I tried to glue in spots that would not be as obvious. So I'll just put and you're just going to line up the holes. Make sure it's all lined up. And then press it down. And then you just want to hold it until that glue dries. Now, because this is a non-porous surface, it does take a while to dry. And sometimes what I do is I just set them under something heavy and leave it for a couple hours or overnight to let that glue dry and set up. Once that glue is dry, it's not, but I'm going to fake it. You're just going to take a piece of ribbon, put it through the hole, try to keep that together. This ribbon's a little bit too wide, so I'm going to fold it in half to get it through there. Then just knot it and trim the ends, and you're done. And you're done. There's your ornament. Using some acrylic blanks. I actually got those off of Amazon. They sell them at craft stores. They're just acrylic blank ornaments. And some black matte cardstock, some silver mirror card. And then I used the edgeable die, Gemini edgeable die with the Dashing Through the Snow, and the Dimensional Christmas Village, because I liked this village better than those, I think. These just looked a little flat. These actually fit on the ornament a little bit better under the Santa because they don't take up as much room, but I just liked the looks of these. But it's totally up to you. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed that.